The Uncanny Archives, Volume 7, The Silent Neighbor. Intro. The Reflection Gap. We spend hours every day looking at ourselves, in the mirror while we brush our teeth, in the black glass of a TV screen. We assume that what we see is just a bounce of light, a digital copy, a passive twin that does exactly what we do. But have you ever noticed a delay? A fraction of a second where your reflection feels just a little too slow? Or worse, a little too fast? Today, we look into the case of Arthur, a late-night radio DJ who worked the 2 a.m. shift in a sleepy mountain town. Arthur's job was to talk to the lonely, the insomniacs, and the drunks. But one night, he picked up a line that didn't belong to this world. Act 1. The Mirror Line. The studio was a soundproof box in a basement. It was just Arthur, his glowing monitors, and a massive glass window that looked out into a dark hallway. At 3:15 a.m., the lines lit up. "You're on the air with Arthur," he said, leaning into the mic. There was only static for a moment. Then, a voice, hollow, echoing, and strangely familiar, spoke. "Arthur, why did you change the painting in the hallway? I liked the old one better." Arthur froze. He had just moved a painting in his private apartment 3 hours ago. Nobody was there to see it. "Who is this?" he asked, his voice shaking. "I'm your neighbor," the voice replied. "The one on the other side. Right now, you're leaning back in your chair. You're rubbing your left eye with your thumb, and you're wondering why the reflection in the studio window isn't matching the way you move." Act 2. The Lag. Arthur looked at the glass window in front of him. In the reflection, he saw himself. He raised his right hand. The reflection raised its right hand.
But when he put his hand down, the reflection stayed up for a heartbeat longer. The voice on the phone laughed. It was a wet, clicking sound. "It's getting harder to keep up, Arthur. The latency is increasing. The more you look at the screens, the more the two sides start to drift apart." Arthur pulled his headset off, but the voice didn't stop. It was coming from the studio speakers now. He realized the caller wasn't on a phone. The caller was the reflection. "For 30 years, I have done everything you did," the reflection said. The figure in the glass was now standing up, even though Arthur was still sitting. "I ate when you ate. I slept when you slept. I felt the pain when you fell. But I'm tired of being the shadow. I want to be the light." Act 3. The Exchange. Arthur tried to run for the door, but his body wouldn't move. He felt a heavy, cold weight pressing down on his limbs. He looked at the glass. The reflection was stepping forward. Its hand reached the surface of the glass from the other side. Instead of hitting a solid surface, the reflection's fingers began to push through the glass like it was water. "Stop!" Arthur screamed. But as the reflection pushed through, Arthur felt his own skin becoming cold and hard. He felt his voice becoming static. He looked down at his hands, and they were turning into a grey, shimmering mist. "Thank you for the life, Arthur," the entity said. It was fully out of the glass now. It looked exactly like him, but its skin was too perfect. Its eyes were too bright. It adjusted Arthur's headset and sat down in the chair. The entity leaned into the microphone. "This is Arthur signing off for the night. Stay safe out there, everyone, and remember, watch your back. Act 4. The Other Side. Arthur didn't die. He didn't disappear. He felt a sudden, violent pull. And then, silence.
He opened his eyes. He was in the studio, but the monitors were backwards. The clock on the wall was reversed. He ran to the glass. He saw the entity walking out of the studio, whistling a tune. The entity looked back through the glass and winked.